Where are we? Right. English 1. Always check that you're doing the right thing, because if you've turned over 2 pages or you've got things wrong, always read the title. My instinct is not to read the title, and I think a lot of children that's true, but do. Honestly, it helps. Read the passage and answer the questions. That seems a bit obvious, doesn't it? You think, oh, what are you wasting my time for? When we do the first mock exams, I would say more than half the children do not read the passage. And these are the children that will have the marks in the bottom half. It's a straight correlation. Now, they can get sort of like 50 or 60% right. I'm not saying they're getting it all wrong, but they're not the ones getting the pass marks. And the other thing is answer the questions. I did once have a child who went into the exam, and he was an incredibly clever boy. He was routinely getting sort of mid 90% on everything. And then come the actual exam, he just read the passage and did nothing else. His father and I were on the phone for about an hour that evening, just going, why? I don't know. Why? What was he thinking? I don't know. What was he thinking? I mean, that's all we could repeat to each other. And answer the question. I mean, what was he thinking? And as it happens, because he was so clever, he managed to get high marks in everything else, which then meant that he had a lower pass mark than you would normally expect from him, but nonetheless, it was still a pass mark. I mean, honestly. Right, let's see if we can find my pointy pen. And I will read it out and you can check my reading. So my reading isn't terribly good, let's be honest. And that's why when you have small children, read to them, because it's a great way of practicing reading out loud, and they're never going to criticise you. Unless you do what my dad used to do, which was turn over 2 or 3 pages at once because he wanted to get it out of the way as fast as possible. It used to drive me ballistic. Care of goats. That sounds quite fun, doesn't it? To keep these animals successfully, one must have a proper goat stable. Or, at all events, a shed that can be adapted to their needs. Such a stable should be thoroughly well ventilated and ought, if possible, to have a drain down to which the floor can fall at a gentle slope. So it goes like that. So there's your drain, and then so it means when they wee, it goes down into the drain. Handy, otherwise they're standing in it all the time. In one corner, place a pail of drinking water. Do you know what a pail is? Actually, they might be asking this in the question, so it's a bucket. And have, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water, a bucket. And have a rack made of some slats of wood into which hay can be placed in such a manner that the animals can pull it down. Pull down wisps easily. Right, let's quickly go over, because I've had a sneaky look at the questions and none of them really ask about the actual content, so we're going to go over it. Proper goat stable. We normally think of a stable as a horse stable, don't we? A shed adapted to their needs, thoroughly well ventilated. What does that mean? It means lots of air going through it, and I think it probably comes from the French or thereabouts, because isn't that something like the French for wind? And ought, if at all possible, have the drain. We've done that, so that all the wee goes somewhere else. In one corner, they need a bucket, a pail of drinking water, and always make sure they've got water, and a rack made of slats of wood. So what you've got your slats either going that way or that way. So they have to pull out bits of hay. You don't want the whole lot on the floor, otherwise they just trample on it and wee on it. Right, so have we got an idea of what's going on? Wisps is sort of like these bits. So my hair goes all a bit wispy if I'm in the wind. Question number 1. Which of these is not a synonym of adapted? Synonym means it's got the same meaning. So notice the word not a synonym. So altered, yeah, adapted means you've changed it in one way. Altered does. Build doesn't. Changed, does, adjusted it, amended it. Yeah. So that answer's B. That one doesn't work. Oh, did you notice that? Right, next one. The word thoroughly, the suffix is. Now, suffix, the prefix. We know that pre comes at the beginning, don't we? So suffix is the bit that's fixed onto the end. Is, there we are, it's C. It's the end bit that's shoved on. The antonym, opposite of down, is, nym means name, opposite, up. Happy with that? Perhaps we should read the others. Town, fall, up, left, wound. Nope. C. As used in line 4. Right, first thing you do is go to line 4. They're not saying it so that you can say, oh yeah, it's definitely there on line 4. And I'll be honest, I have a sneaky feeling it's on line 5. Here it is. Place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry about that. Now read the whole sentence. Don't just go, oh, there it is, place. It's something. Read the whole sentence. Right. In one corner, place the pail of drinking water and have a rack made of slats of wood which can be placed in such a manner as the animal can pull down wisps easily. Right, that's something you do, isn't it? You put it there. A place is a noun. To place is a verb. So as used in, let's get my red pen again. As used in line 4, the word place is a noun. See? No, that would be the trick. An object, no. A root word, no. An adverb. What's an adverb? Oh, it's a cross between an adjective and a verb, isn't it? It's an adjective, a describing word for the verb. So quickly, slowly, bravely, courageously, cowardly. It all describes how something was done. But I digress. Place was a verb. It was something that you do. Homophone. Now so the homo, where's my pen? Can you see that? The homo means same. So homogeneous milk, it's been magicked so that the cream and the milk are all stay together. Whereas when I was a child, the cream used to rise up to the top. And I'd come along, put my finger in it and drink it off it. Great. Used to drive my nana nuts, absolutely nuts. Phone means sound. Telephone, send the sound. Right, so what has got the same sound as made? Make. Mike. It's made, isn't it? C. Well, thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you soon. I look at that and I can't find how to turn you off. Let's do it on here. Whoop. Bye.